That's not good. Well, we get a little bit of a problem. This is all, obviously we've got a lot of rain and snow melt, and there's a culvert right here, and they put a grate across it, so the beavers had a harder time plugging that up. Well, now debris can get stuck on that gate, and what's happened is it washed out this area of our trail. This is to get to the back of our land. There's the culvert. So I'm gonna have to fill all this back in with gravel and stuff, and unplug this. I'm gonna have to unplug this grate. There's no culvert that takes this water and puts it in the main pond. This is the only culvert that empties this side of the swamp. And there's 2 culverts on the main pond, so I'll have to check those also. That grate, we actually have to have it in there because otherwise the beavers will just plug those culverts up with sticks and stuff. And if the beavers can't get in there, then it's harder for them to plug it up. They might plug up the end of it right by the grate itself, but then we can demolish that and get rid of it easy enough. But if we didn't have that grate, those beavers would dam up inside the actual culvert, and then it would be very difficult to get in there and break that free because they would just wedge it with mud and sticks, so and just plug it up. So that's why we have to have that grate. It's kind of cool though, this ice is trying to get through here. There's a lot of water coming in here right now. So now we'll go check these other culverts. Make sure they're unplugged and there's not any problems. It doesn't look like it's flowing that great, so these are a little bit plugged right now. And those white pipes that we put in there, that's so when the beavers do plug up the actual front of the grate, those white pipes stick past the grate you know, 3-4 feet. And so far the beavers aren't smart enough to know that they have to plug that little shaft too. So if they can't completely screw us and plug up the culverts before we get here every other week and take care of it. Now, the beavers have actually left here and probably went downstream since we've moved here. The first year they were here and they were causing a lot of problems, cutting down some trees and stuff. We actually had to go around and paint the trees that we didn't want cut down with a clear lacquer and we added sand with the paint, and that actually works. The beavers will then not eat the trees. So we did that for all the maple trees and birch trees, and you can actually see the residue from it still on these trees. That yellowish, that's all gritty with the sand and the paint on there, so they don't want to chew it after that, and you just paint up the tree like 3 feet. But that definitely did work. They completely stopped after that. But anyway, the beavers have left now, and I'm sure they'll be back in a year or two, who knows. But now the problem is just all the debris that's coming down and clogging these up. So we'll just take care of this quick. So we picked 6 of these IBC totes up this winter. I got them for $35 a piece, and we're going to use them for firewood and also maple syrup. Once we move up here, we're going to start doing maple syrup. So I'm going to get the ones with the tanks inside, and then we'll collect the sap in there. And then I have forks for the tractor, so I'll be able to pick it up and move it around. Put it on top of my trailer, and either I'm going to sell the sap or we might make syrup. I haven't. I guess we'll figure it out when that time comes. But as far as for wood, it works pretty good. I don't know what these totes weigh, but they are heavy. We definitely needed some weight in the back of the tractor before I lifted them. So I had hooked up the back blade, which is just about 650 pounds, and that was enough weight for a counterbalance to lift them. But they're definitely heavy. That wood is not dry. It's wet, so it's quite a load. But hopefully those will work out for us. What I want to do is have 6 of them filled with wood, and then I'm going to make probably a wood shed that I can just park these under. So I'll set them outside during the summer, and then around September I'll put them under cover, and so they don't get rain and snowed on. But you can put them right out in the sun and let them dry out for the summer. So I think that's going to work out good. So it's really soft right now, and I can't do much with the tractor. So unfortunately, I tore up the yard pretty bad, but I had to get these totes off with the wood, and I dropped them on this piece of concrete here until it dries out. I can't really move it. So we got that part done. Now I'm gonna start trying to see if I can grade the driveway a little bit better. It's kind of soft. I'm gonna see how it goes. But we got our back blade back from the welding shop. The guy, I bent this year plowing snow, so he straightened it out and welded a angle bracket all the way across. So now we shouldn't have any problems with it getting bent. And he also welded some more spots, so when I flip it around and I push the snow, I have more angles to do that. Before there was only 3, because I'll probably use the Ford for smaller areas, tighter spots where we need a trail early in the season and stuff when the Ford can push the snow.